Hello everyone, welcome to the final game of the bloody Omaha campaign. Again, I'm playing as the Germans and I will be attacking in the Bridgehead mission. I have two formations today. I have an Armoured panzergrenadier formation that will be using the Greyhound command card, making them all cheaper. So I have a HQ, no upgrades with this HQ, and there's the half track next to him, and then I have two platoons, full platoons are 7 MG teams with Panzerfausts, and one of the half tracks has got an anti-tank gun on it as well. In this formation as well are the 4 armoured 7.5cm half tracks, 8cm mortar half tracks, and 2 grills. Second formation is a Panzer IV company. No upgrades with these, just regular Panzer IVs, and I have 2 HQ Panzer IVs, a unit of 5, a unit of 4, and 2 10-4 anti-aircraft trucks. In support, I have 2 units of scout half tracks. So my plan for this one is the 2 scout half tracks will spearhead down both flanks of the Bridgehead map, and I'll split my force between both sides and pincer the allies in the middle, and hopefully I can get on the objectives before the allies reserves come in. So the only command card today is the Greyhound for me, so now we'll have a look at the American Defending Force commanded by Dave. So this is the American Defending Force for Bridgehead. 2 formations Dave will be using. It will be a veteran rifle company consisting of the HQ of 2 SMG teams. First platoon has 10 rifle teams, 2 bazookas and an LMG. Second platoon is the same minus the LMG. Also in the formation are 3 57mm anti-tank guns and 4 mortars at the back. That's the full company. Next is a regular M4 tank company consisting of the HQ of 2 75mm Shermans. There are then 2 4 tank platoons of 75mm Shermans and 1 platoon of 5 76mm Shermans. And at the back we have 4 3-inch guns at support. So basically, all the tanks apart from 1 platoon of 4 Shermans are going to have to be in reserve because it is deep immediate reserves. So basically these Americans need to cling on. If they win this game, they win the campaign. So best of luck to Dave on this one. So we have the final game, Bridgehead. The allies have deployed. They've positioned heavily on their left flank with their only tank units they can deploy and 2 platoons of infantry. The formation commander and the anti-tank guns and mortars over here. There are 3-inch guns somewhere. They're in ambush. Sorry about the noise today because we're in firestorm again. I deployed. I've used my scouts to spearhead, so I've managed to get a lot of my Panzer IVs, well, most of the Panzer IV formation over here with some infantry support as well, and I got the mortars held down over here with the formation commander right behind them. And on the right flank I've done a similar thing. The scouts have pushed up and I've deployed the infantry outside of the half tracks with the formation commander with some Panzer IVs and some big gun half tracks in support as well, and then the grills are going to overlook their killing grounds. So I have first turn as attacker, so turn 1 German. German movement, my right flank, my half tracks have dashed into the cover of the woods. There's nothing for them to do yet. The anti-aircraft guns have moved around tactically. Hopefully they can pick off some of the Americans on the edge of these woods. Everything here has remained still, because why would I not? My formation commander tried moving through the woods. He did. His adjutant did not. Mortars here are happy where they are. They can see everything. Over on the left flank, that's my left flank, the Panzer IVs have stayed put. I'm going to decide whether they shoot at the anti-tank invisible or the formation commander. Oh, actually, probably can't even see him. These guys have tactically moved through the woods and then followed me up, so they're a bit closer in. The scouts have tactically moved around, and these guys have dashed into cover of the woods as well. So now German shooting. Let's see if I can thin down some of the Americans before their reserves arrive. So my right flank went really well. I've managed to kill all 4 Shermans with a combination of the formation commander and the 5 Panzer IVs on that flank. Artillery has managed to pin both these platoons, but I failed to kill anyone. Over this side, nothing really happened. I ranged in with my grills, but I failed to hit anything because I have to re-roll my hits. And the Panzer IVs didn't achieve anything either, so they have shoot and scooted away. I tried to do the same with my Panzer IVs, but to get them further forward over here, but they failed, and the scouts did, so I pushed the scouts forward. So now we have American turn 2. So American startup step, this one platoon failed to unpin. The ambush has been revealed, it is here, and the Americans have their first unit of reserves on as well. It's going to be the 76mm Shermans, and Dave rolled a 4, so it's basically anywhere along the back edge they'll be coming in. So I didn't want them to come in this early, but oh well. So now we're on to American movement. American movement, the unpinned platoon has moved to assault the half-tracks over here. Should be an interesting fight. Over here, this is where the 76mm Shermans have come on. So they're going to wreak havoc with these guys over here. Not good for me. Okay, so now we're going into American shooting. American shooting's been very effective. Over this side, 2 Panzer IVs have been popped by the newly emerged 3-inch guns. Over here, their 76mm Shermans have got rid of 2 scout units and a half-track, and the 57mm guns have managed to kill 2 Panzer IVs over here. So very good. The mortars tried to range in on the half-tracks over here. Now the half-tracks, the AA guns, and failed, and now we've got an assault come in. The assault was forced back. Unfortunately, the half-tracks were close enough to the AA guns and the scouts to get in total 16 hits on them, and they only lost 3 bases, so the Americans are pinned and are pushed back. So that is that. So now we're going into German turn 2. Only part of my startup step I needed to do was to remount this half-track. That was the easy bit. I failed. They then had a 5+ last stand test, which they passed. Don't really know what they're going to do against this, since there's only one active one, but that's the way it works. So now we're going into German movement. So these half-tracks have turned on the spot, so they can take away some of these guys. The half-track has moved to support the infantry. The infantry and the formation commander have moved in to deal with these, with support from the Panzer IVs. Over on this flank, the half-tracks have moved around and launched their own assault with some support from the AA guns, the Panzer IVs, and the half-tracks here, and the formation commander looking over here. And also we have the mortars over here that are going to be doing some shooting. Okay, so German shooting step. German shooting on my left flank, the 7.5cm half-tracks managed to bail 2 76mm Shermans. They then successfully, even though they are 116th Division, shoot and scooted backwards. These guys and these guys have hosed down the 57mm guns and pinned them, which is good. I have ranged in with the grills, and I actually hit something, and I actually killed something, but it was just a rifle team. The mortars ranged in and have pinned the 3-inch guns. Over here, what was left of this rifle platoon is dwindling. They took a lot of hits in open ground against MGs. So there's going to be a few assaults on my turn, so now we're going into German assault step. The assault's gone well. I killed a bazooka team. There's still 3 guys remaining, and everyone else had to pull back. For my consolidation, I try to get these guys out of the woods, but they're stuck here. So now we have a second assault, and it's going to be over here. This assault over here, I've taken out all of the enemy units in the woods, and I've lost one of my formation units, command units, sorry. But most importantly, I've occupied the foxholes left behind by the Americans, which is good. One guy didn't have enough to get back into the cover over here, so I've left him by there. So now we're into American turn 2. American startup step, both Shermans have got back in. Over here, both platoons have, the 3-man platoon is unpinned, this platoon remains pinned, and the 3-inch guns have unpinned also. Also good news for the Americans, both their reserves have come in. Unfortunately, they've come in from the corners. So that's the 4-man tank platoon here, and the HQ is over there. So now we're going into American movement. American movement, Dave has moved the commander by here, probably take on to the AA guns. These guys have kept where they are on this objective. The 76mm Shermans are moving to hose down the infantry in the forest. 2 of them have passed their cross checks, one has failed. The other Shermans have moved to make mincemeat of these half tracks. So we're into American shooting. My left flank, the Shermans managed to bail the half track. Over here, 176 managed to kill the remaining scout. Over here, my platoon is pinned and I lost a unit as well. Over here, the 3-inch guns managed to kill one of the formation tanks and bail another half track, and that concludes the Americans' turn. The formation commander failed to hit my AA guns. So we're going into German turn 3. German startup step, my unit here is unpinned. This guy's passed his last stand test again. Over here, this guy has failed his bailed check. So now we're going to German movement, and I have a decision to make what to do with this platoon. Movement on my left flank, I moved the 2 half tracks to take cover behind their comrades over here. I have called up my half tracks, and I've remained stationary here, so I'm going to sneak up on these tanks in the assault step while the half tracks can fire here. Actually, I'm not sure that is actually something I can do. Actually, I'm going to take the half tracks back off because I'm not sure I can split the fire with the transport and have the teams go there, but I'll have a little read about that. Panzer IVs have moved up as well. The AA guns have moved here as well. And the Panzer IVs have moved to engage the HQ, while my other platoon has got out of their half tracks. And my formation commander has moved out of sight into the woods. I can't do it anyway because they're within 16 inches of them and they're not concealed from them, so that's not happening. So we're going into German shooting. So with my shooting, I've managed to take off 2 of the 3-inch guns, a couple of infantry units, and I've killed one of the formation commander tanks. So now we're going into German assault step, where I'm going to be sneaking up on these tanks. So the assault, I managed to kill 2 of the Shermans. The Americans counterattacked and killed one of my units. I then failed to counterattack even with a reroll from my formation commander. So I've pulled back to here, and the Americans have consolidated out of the woods. So now we're going into American turn 3. American startup step, the 3-inch guns are still pinned, and this platoon here is pinned. These guys are unpinned, and they also passed their last stand test. So now we're going into American movement. American movement, the Shermans have moved here, did measure it, it's not within 2 inches of here, it's not within 2 inches of here. and he had to do 2 cross checks just to get to the woods because he can't pass within 2 inches of this guy here. So this guy has done some good by sticking around, and apart from that there's been no other American movement. So now we're going into American shooting. American shooting has been very effective. They've killed this half track here, bailed this one. The MGs have killed this unit that was hiding in the woods, and they've killed and bailed these Panzer IVs. Over here, one of the AA trucks are gone, courtesy of the 3-inch gun. Another 3-inch gun has taken out another half track, and the formation commander has taken out another Panzer IV. So this is a really bloody match so far. So now we're going into German startup step, turn 4. So the half track remounted and then drove away. Panzer IV's back in and didn't run away. And the AA gun over here drove away. But most importantly, these are unpinned. Happy days. So now we're going into German movement. German movement, this fellow has turned on the spot to repay his friends here. These guys have moved into assault range by here. Panzer IVs up here have remained still to try and take out the formation commander, while these guys have dashed, and these guys have remained stationary here and failed to dig in. So now we're going into German shooting. Shooting for the Germans, this Panzer IV here has killed a 76mm Sherman. These gentlemen here have pinned the formation commander in the crater, and over here I have taken out the American formation commander for the Shermans, and that is it for my shooting. I just managed to pin everything else down again. So now we're going into assault. So there we have it, the American formation is gone. So that is the game. Really bloody game. Just a major victory for me, since I lost 2 units in total. 3 units in total. The AA guns went as well. So that's just a minor victory for me. Really had a good go at each other this time. A lot of blown up tanks all over the place. With a really enjoyable campaign. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put a few photos at the end of this video. So I think next I'm going to have Dave take over from the D-Day missions with Sherry, and well, me and Dave are going to have a break from killing each other for a bit. So yeah, again, hope you enjoyed. Really enjoyed this game, and please subscribe.